I'm continuing on this evening from what I did earlier today. As I said, I'm not very good at this because I'm only just starting off, so you have to bear with me. I finished off last time from January 89. Okay, in January 89 I went back to school, after Christmas of course, and I was still praying a lot. And I know this is embarrassing and it might seem funny, I wet myself a few times in class. I didn't want to go to the bathroom. There's a reason for that. The reason is hard to explain. I don't know if you've ever seen, well, everyone's watched The Simpsons. I remember seeing Ned Flanders was having a bath one day, and something like Homer saw him or looked into it or something, and he had swimming togs or trunks they call them in America. And without being offensive, he said he didn't want to look at his noodle, which of course is just a joke. But that was the same reason why I didn't want to go to the bathroom. I've never told anyone that till now, and that's why it happened. So okay, eventually this time I wasn't signed in against my will, but I was brought back in again. On the 1st of February I went back in, and I don't remember anyone asked me that question, why did you, or anything. I know I found years later it was in my records, but never mentioned to me. Well, it was okay there. I was there for about, it's February, so this wasn't a leap year. I was there about the 1st of March. So about 4 weeks altogether. I wouldn't be praying in the hospital because people would know that. I forgot to mention the first time I went a few months earlier when I was still 14 technically as well when I was coming in here because my birthday hadn't gone yet. I would always I'll make sure never to be seen praying. I'd only pray maybe 5 in the morning, minutes in the morning, 5 in the evening, booking around so nobody could see you. Because if you're praying in there for hours every day, you'll never get out of the place. I don't know. So what you do is you just pretend everything is normal. Yeah, you might only pray 5 more minutes in the morning, 5 in the evening, look around, nobody sees you. And all of that, you just like normal. And I started, a bit shy at first, and I was cracking jokes and all and eventually they thought, he's back to normal, he's great, fantastic, and I was discharged about 4 weeks later. Oh yeah, but the day of being discharged, I actually done something clumsy. There was nobody in the room. It used to be small, kind of pool snooker tables, probably no more than 6x3 at the most. Maybe, no, I don't think it was any bigger than that. I was playing there on my own. For some reason I decided to jump over one of the chairs, but my foot caught I think it was probably my right, when I was leaping over, caught it, and it fell on my arm, and it was very painful. But I was discharged that day anyway. It was my own stupid fault. So I went home. I couldn't sleep a wink for the next because of the pain in my arm. So I decided to go up to the general hospital. Now I was this is February, so my birthday's in February. So this was early beginning of March. I was less than 15 years and 3 or so weeks old, and I was very naive at the time. I thought that hospitals, when this was an A&E hospital, anything else had an emergency department at the time. I said, obviously I thought, because you're only a 15-year-old teenager, you think that hospitals are open 24 hours a day, obviously. So I went in. It was quiet. Maybe there was nobody around in the A&E, so I thought I'd be seen to very quickly. I didn't think much of it. So I looked at the time. I think it was around 8 a.m. in the evening. I might be wrong. Could have been at 8 a.m. We were looking at the clock and said, okay. About half an hour later, say half, a nurse came down and she had an American accent. Now you're going to say I'm being racist here. No, but it's very unusual. I've never ever come across a nurse with an American accent before. This is what she said to me. Don't you know we're busy? Sorry for talking like that. I said, sorry, you'll have to go home now. Come back tomorrow. Fair enough. This is the first really, this would be, I had one that I didn't mention before, but this was, I said to myself at the time, maybe she was busy, maybe I just caught her on a bad day, but I should have taken this as a warning of what was to come. When I talk to you later on in these recordings, you're going to find out that things get a lot worse. It would become a very common practice. In fact, it's quite the norm. We'd been rude, but at the time I said, as I said before, I thought maybe I got on a bad day, maybe she really was busy. But this attitude it's always there. I don't know why it is. You just get people, maybe they're just not happy with their being occupation or whatever. But I didn't think it should have been a wake up call for me, but I didn't. So I went back next day, got in, and it was just very badly bruised. Obviously, took an X-ray, it wasn't fractured, and it was still paining for at least another week or two, and then probably went away. So I was back in. There was a day centre we all used to go to. It's gone now. I was there for about a month, and well, it was okay. We were just chatting. We leave the place once a week to go on some certain place. The whole lot was to play. That was just to have a bit of a sports games or something like that. But after that, I remember we went back for Easter. We all were called, well, and then we were sent an invitation post. We had biscuits, tea. Probably I remember we had we had a bit of a competition. One of the ladies there actually won a chocolate Easter. She was very generous. I have to give it to her. She gave us all a piece each. I know there are any mundane things, but I still remember that. And okay, but then after I left there, the amount of praying I did began to drop and drop. This was a mistake. I wouldn't find it till later. So went back to school. The intercert was this year, and but I was already beginning to have problems at night time due to. I only found out recently it was higher testosterone levels began to rise due to abstinence for, and so many months, April to May, May to June, June to July, April to May, May to June, 7.5 months by now, and into 8, and this would begin to affect my sleep pattern. But I managed just to get the insert finished before all hell broke loose, and by the end of June things went disastrously wrong. And this would really be the catastrophe that has left me here today in the state I am. So I'm going to let you go now, and just bear with me. I'm not good at this. I mean, as you can tell, I'm very amateurish. I'm terrible at technology. I'm just learning each day. This is my first day. Please stick with me, because it's up to, well, you don't have to if you don't want to. Well, just stick with me and you'll find out. Okay. God bless. Bye everybody. Good night.